This is the Magic Wand, a hidden shop item that will upgrade any Brainrot that you like. And today, I'll be using it to go from 0 to $100 trillion by upgrading to some of the rarest Brainrots in the game. So I just landed in the dev server, and I believe if we go over to the shop, here's the almighty upgrading wand for 500 schmeckaroos. So like always, we're gonna need to get some cheap Nubaninis. And after a little bit of cash collecting, we can now afford to buy the Magic Wand. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. And well, because I only have Nubaninis right now, I guess it only makes sense for us to upgrade it. $500 down the drain, but we now have a Los Nubaninis. Oh my god, look at how much cash this guy is printing. Now, although this weapon is OP, it will only work after hitting specific money milestones. And after our reviews, the weapon disappears forever. So because we did hit the first milestone, I think I want to see what this Los Nubanini upgrades into. It costed $100,000, but in return, we got the radioactive mutated trait. And this thing is printing, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect this cash. And because we hit the milestone of $1 million, I'm just gonna keep upgrading this thing and see what we can get. Oof, that costed $1 million, but in return, we got a freaking secret out of this guy. Okay, I low-key see the traits of a Nubanini turning into a 1x. That's a big resemblance. But considering I have 50 minutes left on this weapon, I should probably go ahead and find a Brainrot that can get me to 100 trillion. So I already know what the Nubanini turns into. I wonder what this Cappuccino would evolve into. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and buy it, because if I go over and collect the money from our 1x, we're now sitting at $100 million, which means we have now hit the next milestone. Now, I have a couple of predictions of what this guy could turn into, but who am I to say what the Magic Wand decides? So, for the price of 100 million, we just got a espresso. Okay, well, the girl only makes 157,000 a second, so I probably don't know if I want to waste another upgrade on this girl. And I'm looking at all the Brainrots on the line. I don't really know if any of these guys are worth the upgrade. So I think it's probably best if we go ahead and buy some server luck. And boys, let's get the scouting. Oh, we got a Los Gatitos. Okay, I don't have enough cash. Let me go back to my other Brainrot. Now we got enough cash. Nope, come here, brother. We got to buy one of those. There we go. All right, I'm not too sure what this guy could turn into. If I had any guessing, I would say the last upgrade could maybe be a meow, because it is a cat. So we're gonna secure that thing. Now, there's not really nothing else on the line that I would take. So let's go and collect all of this cash that our 1x has been printing, brother. Because with 3 billion in the bank, we've now passed the next 2 milestones, unlocking 2 upgrades. And ooh, okay, I'm not gonna try to upgrade any more of these guys, because why don't we see what this 1x can turn into? And for the small amount of $1 billion, we got a freaking radioactive Guest 666 in return. Look at how much cash this guy is printing. I'm not really too sure what this guy will turn into next, but I'm not gonna waste my last upgrade. If I had any odds on what this Los Gatitos could turn into, I'm guessing a meow. For the price of another $1 billion, our Los Gatitos turn into another Brainrot god that only makes $400,000. Woozer Loki needs to stop making bad investments with the Magic Wand, and I Loki need to freaking lock in on these upgrades, because after the time's up, we're gonna lose access to this weapon. Now I'm looking at this Liddy La La. Now, okay guys, this thing is an elephant, and if you're picking up what I'm putting down, this could potentially turn into a strawberry elephant. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy this thing. This could be the best investment of my life, and my mom probably won't call me a failure no more. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and collect the cash from our guest Brainrot, and because we hit our next milestone, we can now get the next upgrade. Oof, okay, Liddy La, I am praying that you do not let me down, brother. I am wasting $1 billion upgrade on you. $10 million down the drain, and oh, we got a Coco Vento. Okay, now guys, hear me out on this. It's not a strawberry elephant, but it is another elephant, so this guy could potentially turn into what we need. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have my eyes on him, and because our next milestone is at 25 billion, we need to find a good investment Brainrot. So I went ahead and pulled up the wiki. Now I'm trying to get a dragon cannelloni, but I don't really know what would come before that. So, ooh, you know, maybe a Paracello could turn into a dragon. You know, they're both yellow. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have my eyes set on that, because I don't know if it's a bad guess, but that is very close to a dragon cannelloni. And not even 2 minutes later, one spawns. So yeah, it's probably best if we go ahead and buy that, because, okay, I know I've made bad investments in the past, but boys, a life lesson is if you never try it, you can never see what it turns into. So because our guest 66 has been cooking on the cash, I'm gonna go ahead and collect that. And with 32 billion in the bank, we can now unlock the next Brainrot upgrade. Okay, this is a hard one. I could low-key get a strawberry elephant, maybe, but I could also get a dragon cannelloni. You know what I'm saying? Rust the bumbleclats. Okay, you know what? We're gonna play the safe route. I am praying that this Paracello does not let me down. $25 billion down the drain. But yes, I was right. We got a freaking dragon cannelloni. Never doubt a Woozer prediction again. I am telling you guys, I hit it on the mark with that one. And look at all of the cash this guy is printing. We just turned a stupid little epic into a secret making 450 million a second. Brother, I need you guys to subscribe for that one because that was top 10 plays right there. And because this guy has made us so much cash, we already passed $50 billion, meaning that we can now unlock the next upgrade. All right, there's a lot of Brainrots I can choose from, but I'm probably gonna get so much hate in the comments if I don't just go ahead and upgrade this Coco Fanto. So for the small price of $50 billion, our Brainrot upgraded to a freaking strawberry elephant. Okay, how much does this guy even make? Oh my God. This guy is soloing every other Brainrot I've ever had. 900 million? Okay, this guy is helping me print so fast. So fast that we already got 100 billion in the bank. And because of that, we now passed the next milestone unlock in the next upgrade. The only problem is that we're running out of time. So if I still want to hit 100 trillion, we're gonna need to get on the move. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play it safe by buying another one of these Paracellos, only because who doesn't want a second dragon cannelloni? So yeah, it'd probably be best if I just go ahead and upgrade this guy. And for the small price of 100 billion, we got another dragon cannelloni. Now, although it's not as good as our gold dragon cannelloni, this guy still makes $200 million a second. So yeah, it's probably best that we just keep collecting as many dragon cannellonis as we can. Because since our next milestone is at 1 trillion, we're gonna need to do a little bit of scouting. A Tata Sahur. I'm not really too sure what this guy could turn into. You know, he's already a rare, so he couldn't turn into a Tung Tung Sahur. Ooh, okay, I did a quick little wiki search, and this guy could turn into a Tic Tac Sahur. I don't really want that. I mean, the guy only makes 37 million, and brother, those are broke boy numbers. We have way too much cash in our base to be going for 37 million. But ooh, a Ketcheru and Mustaru spawned. Okay, I'm gonna buy this thing instantly because if I'm not wrong, this guy could potentially turn into a burger and fryo. I mean, I'm looking at the wiki. The resemblance is kind of there, bro. They're both food Brainrots. Ooh, but I don't really have much time to make bad guesses. You know what, boys? We're sending it. I'm just gonna collect all the cash from my other Brainrots. And because we now have $1 trillion, we can now unlock the next Brainrot upgrade. Okay, timeout. I'm gonna hold off on the Ketcheru and Mustaru because there might be something in this base lurking that could be better. Like, ooh, okay, we forgot about the Gatanino. This guy already has diamond and 2 mutations, so if I'm not wrong, he could potentially turn into a meow. You know what, boys? Woozer doesn't really make bad guesses. And for the price of $1 trillion, I freaking knew it! We got a freaking meow! This guy's making us $3 billion a second. Okay, yeah, this is definitely gonna get us to the next 10 trillion milestone. And I know I really don't have much time to talk, but we're doing low-key good, bro. We got 2 OGs, we have 2 dragon cannellonis, and we have a Ketcheru and Mustaru. Now, the bad thing is, because these are the maxed out versions, I don't really think there's any more upgrades we could add to this thing. But a wise man once told me, never back down, never give up. We are getting to 100 trillion, and we're probably way too deep in to buy anything off the line. So for now on, I'm probably gonna have to do upgrades from the base. I don't know. Okay, somebody let me know in the comments. Should I potentially try to upgrade on one of these guys? You know, maybe there's a freaking OG version of the dragon cannelloni. So after collecting all of my cash from my Brainrots, we now got $10 trillion in the bank, meaning that we can now get the next Brainrot upgrade. And boys, I'm doing it. I don't know what this strawberry elephant can turn into, but apart from the meow, this guy kind of makes us the most money. So I don't know if it's dumb or not, but it's probably best if we just upgrade this thing. $10 trillion spent, but in return, we got a freaking radioactive strawberry elephant, making us around $8 billion a second. So yeah, this guy low-key solos my meow, but we're on the same team here. We don't need to be picking and choosing on what's our favorites, but PS, this guy is my favorite because this guy is making us so much money behind that trunk. So much that we're already at $2 trillion. But with 5 minutes left, we're not too far from 100 trillion. So let's go back over to my Brainrots and oh my God, I went AFK for like 1-2 minutes and we're halfway there. Meaning we've now passed the next 2 Brainrot upgrades. Okay, guys, I feel like I just upgraded my Brainrots, but I mean, hey, if they're looking to give me more money, why would I ever decline behind that. So I think the strawberry elephant is like maxed out. I don't know if the meow is, but it already has traits on it, so I don't think we can get anything else. So boys, I think it's time for us to spend our money on this catcharoo and mushtaroo. I think that 25 trillion was well spent because in return, we got a 375 million brain rots. But we don't really need any type of billions anymore. So apart from having a pretty cool brain rot, we're gonna need something that will make us 100 trillion. And I think there's only one answer. No, I'm not talking about this. We're talking about this meow because it already makes 3.1 billion. So if I upgrade it, what am I even looking at? This guy went from making $3 billion to 8.6 billion. There's less than 20 seconds left on the clock, but I'm looking at my hotbar. The magic wand has already disappeared, so I don't really think there's no point for us getting to 100 trillion anymore. I think we care more about these freaking brain rots that we just got. And look, I'm not giving away all of these things, but if one of you guys want just one of these things, I'm willing to make a trade. But that only includes subscribers. Thank you, Sammy.